Gourmet foodies, take notes. Here are some mouth-watering delicacies to try at least once. This list of the world's most expensive foods includes everything from caviar to white truffles, all of which are highly rare and unusual. So let's sink our teeth in it. Extra virgin olive oil is regarded as the healthiest olive oil option available because it is made from unprocessed, cold-pressed olives. This ultra-premium, extra virgin olive oil from Greece is high in antioxidants and healthful monounsaturated fats. The multi-award-winning oil is prepared using Greek Koroneiki olives by Speron Incorporated. Olives are harvested by hand and cold-pressed from some of Greece's oldest olive trees. Its strong, fruity flavor comes from the hand bottling and labeling that went into its production. So the world's most expensive olive oil is presented in a hand-sewn leather clutch and will set you back $89 for a 500ml bottle. Insanely expensive, yes, but for the true gourmet, it's totally worth it. The Romans began cultivating oysters over 2,000 years ago. Bless them for that. Caius Sergius Orata, a trader and innovator, built out artificial oyster beds in 97 BC. To begin with, oysters were a cheap bar snack that could be enjoyed by just about anyone. As a result of overconsumption, however, oysters have become a highly prized delicacy. Oysters are a high-priced, uncooked meal that is usually served on a bed of ice. A single kilogram of one of the most expensive oysters in the world, Coffin Bay King oysters, which are found only in Coffin Bay, takes 6 to 7 years to mature and costs $100 or about 77 US dollars. Stalked barnacles are crustaceans that reside on rocks and debris. Only at low tide or while freediving is it possible to gather these barnacles. Consequently, they are among the costliest seafood on the planet. These barnacles are native to the Eastern Atlantic and can be found throughout Europe, including Cape Verde, France, and Morocco. Galician geese barnacles are among the most sought after in the world. A pound of stalked barnacles can cost as much as $125. These barnacles have a salty flavor, so better to have a glass of vinho verde with it. We all grew up eating vanilla ice cream, right? Never have we ever thought that it can be included in the most expensive food in the world list. Surprisingly, the vanilla pod is a high-priced delicacy in the world of gourmet foods. There is a high percentage of vanillin in Madagascar vanilla than in other varieties, which makes it superior as usually it is found in concentration of 1 to 2%. Vanilla is the world's most labor-intensive crop, costing up to $600 per pound of the finished product. Vanilla flowers only once a year, and that day requires human pollination. In May 2021, Madagascar's storms restricted the supply of vanilla beans on the market, and prices rose even more as a result of this. Matsutake mushrooms can sell for as much as $1,000 per pound. Although the sweet and spicy flavor of these Japanese mushrooms takes some time to get used to it, those who get used to it swear by its taste. They're so expensive the pinewood nematode worm is destroying their natural habitats. And it can be picked from the forest floor only once a year, and less than 1,000 tons of these mushrooms are harvested each year. Pro tip, to bring forth their particular flavor, these mushrooms should be served with minimum spice. Although you may have heard of Parma ham from Italy, in the world of pork, iberico ham reigns supreme. Spanish Iberian ham, made from the hind leg of black pigs, is a true delicacy. These wild black pigs eat acorns, known as belota in Spanish, and are free to roam the countryside. And their Spanish name is jamón iberico de belota. Even the name sounds fancy, right? The oleic acid in acorns is what gives this ham its other name, pata negra, or black paw ham. It takes between 24 and 36 months to fully mature an Iberian ham. For an entire leg of jamón iberico, you can expect to pay $4,500. Insanely expensive, isn't it? On the bright side, the ham can be stored in the refrigerator for up to a month after the vacuum pack is opened. Saffron is the most expensive spice in the world, with wholesale costs of $5,000 per pound and retail prices of $10,000 per pound. 1 pound of saffron spice needs 75,000 saffron flowers. Saffron crocus, the plant that produces saffron, only blooms for a week every year, and hence saffron harvesting requires a lot of time and effort. But there is good news. Saffron doesn't take up much space in your kitchen. Saffron can be used in risottos, paellas, and as a general marinade for fish, making it a versatile ingredient in the kitchen. Saffron has several health advantages. As an anti-inflammatory and mood enhancer, turmeric is effective in the treatment of PMS syndromes, and its use is very common in Asian households. The price of a single serving of fugu or pufferfish in a Japanese restaurant can reach as high as $470. Tiger fugu is another name for this mild-flavored, and it is said to have a chewy texture. This fish is so expensive because a poorly prepared serving of this fish can be fatal. Yes, you heard us right, it may get you killed. To cook the fugu fish, chefs must have at least 3 years of training in tetrodotoxin toxicity. Densake melon, a Japanese specialty fruit, is one of the most expensive foods available. These watermelons from the Japanese island of Hokkaido have a sweet and crisp flavor. Fewer than 100,000 of these watermelons are available annually due to the high demand and lengthy care required for these watermelons. Densake watermelons can sell up to $6,000 at auction because of their less availability. In Japan, they're given as a token of appreciation on auspicious occasions like marriages. Truffles must be included on any list listing the most costly foods on Earth. That is, truffles that pigs dig up, not chocolate truffles. Shocked? We were also. White truffles are even more valuable than black truffles, which are known as black jewels. These mushrooms, which can be found in the Italian regions of Piedmont and Tuscany, as well as in Tuscany, are considered a delicacy. Locals utilize truffle pigs or expensive dogs like the Lagotto, Romagnolo, to find tuber magnatum, or Alba white truffles. You can get fresh white winter truffles from $6,000 to $10,000 per pound. Chefs rarely use white truffles because they are oh so pricey. Fresh white truffles can be grated on omelets or used as a condiment for salads. It's always handy to have some white truffle butter on hand when cooking. Wagyu beef is prized for its flavor and marbling, which make it juicier and more tender than regular steaks. Though originally Japanese, there are now some great American Wagyu beef available as well, and it competes with the best Japanese Wagyu. Matsutake in the Mie Prefecture produces the most costly cut of Japanese Wagyu. Wagyu steaks from virgin female cows are used in the very best dishes, and in 2002, a Matsutake cow was sold for $400,000 at the market. After almost 20 years, its price must have increased 40-fold with the increasing inflation. A cow worth $8 million? That's a cash cow right there. Caviar is super pricey because the eggs of a sturgeon must be picked by hand. In terms of caviar prices, Osetra and Beluga from the Caspian Sea are two of the most sought after. Golden Almas caviar from Iran is also noted for its high price tag and delicate, velvety taste, which makes it a sought-after delicacy. However, Strotarga bianco is the most expensive caviar. The Siberian albino sturgeon is the source of this 22-karat gold-sprinkled caviar, and it can cost as much as $37,000 for a single teaspoon. Yes, only a teaspoon. Bluefin tuna is the priciest fish in the world, costing upwards of $2,000 a pound. Of course, there was a reason it was on the top of the list. The steep price per pound can exceed $5,000. In January 2020, Toyosu Fish Market in Tokyo sold a 600-pound bluefin tuna for a whopping $1.8 million. The meaty and delicate flavor of bluefin tuna makes it a popular choice for sushi. However, the southern bluefin tuna, the Atlantic bluefin tuna, and the Pacific bluefin tuna are all at risk of extinction. Overfishing to meet rising demands is once again to blame. Scarce supply has also led to a huge hike in price. To begin with, a sustainable alternative can be found in the Japanese Usufuku Honten tuna fishery, which has received MSC certification. It is insane to even think to pay such a ridiculous amount of money for a single fish, no matter how delicious or rare it may be. But those who can afford it think it is just a small price to pay for the extraordinarily rich taste. We hope you liked today's video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and press the bell notification so that you can be notified when we upload our next video. We will see you in the next video. Until then, take care, bye.